In this video, I'll be walking a project, an ADU, under construction, and along the way, I'll be giving you lots of pro tips that you can use in your project. Let's go. In today's video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk a property. This is an ADU under construction, and it already passed all the inspections. Now, I'm gonna be talking about all the things that the inspector looked at and approved. Therefore, if you see this video and you're probably in a situation where you need to see what you have to do, for example, on the electrical or the drywall or the resilient channel, I'm going to cover those topics in this video, and you can look at this as a reference for your project. So let's get started. So we have the mini split right over here. This is the line set for the mini split. They just finished up the window. The windows have to have the label from the company or the manufacturer because the inspector will look at that. He wants to make sure that they follow Title 24 so he can sign it off. If it doesn't follow Title 24, then you're gonna have to reinstall the window with one that follows the code. They open up the stucco so they can join the old one with the new one, and right behind it you have some lath, some paper for the waterproof, and then you install the concrete. You have to follow a set of steps in order to look at the final product. But when you hire your contractor, he's gonna know exactly what to do, so you don't really have to worry about it. I'm just explaining what the process is going to be like. And right over here, this is the inside of the ADU. The shear walls, as you can see there on the inside of the ADU. The homeowner avoided taking down all the stucco, and it could have been a bigger expense taking everything down, installing the shear walls, and then installing stucco all the way around the garage. So just remember, tell your designer that you want the shear walls to be installed inside so you can save about $10,000 in cost. If you need someone to help you with the plans for your ADU, give Natalie a call, go on the website, get her information, get in contact with her. She'll give you a free estimate, and that way you can take step number one towards building your ADU. So this is the inside of the ADU. They're installing the drywall right now. This ADU is perfect. They labeled all the breakers. They're all labeled. So when the inspector comes in, he's gonna look at this. He's gonna look at all the wires. He looked at all the little details before the shear wall was installed, and he signed it off. So this project has already passed the electrical inspection. This was the garage door. There's your big header that was supporting the weight. This is where the garage door used to be, and what they had to do is frame it, shear wall, 2x4s, pressure treated wood, and they also installed this new footing. This is a brand new footing. They installed it, I think it was 24 inches going down all the way up to the top so it can match the old footing of the ADU. And you have your hold downs with epoxy. You have to pass an epoxy inspection. You have your electrical, the Romex, and you have your copper plumbing. This is going to be for your fridge. So they're going to install the drywall, and it's going to be able to fit right there. That's where the drywall is going to be. And if you've seen any of my videos, I really want you guys to look at this. This is going to be the vent for the kitchen. This is exactly what you want to install. You don't want to install the accordion type, because if you install the accordion type, the inspector is going to come in and he's going to want you to take it out and install something like this. I did that mistake. I learned from my ADU. So if you're looking at this video, make sure that your contractor installs this. This is what you want for your kitchen vent. Right over here we have the bathroom. They went with copper. I personally like PEX, but copper does the job as well. It's a bit more expensive. So this is the bathroom. What they're doing here is they're going to waterproof the bathroom. They already installed the paper. In top of the paper, they're going to install a material that's called HardieBack. You can find that at Home Depot. And then they have to use some very special screws that are waterproof to install the HardieBack. If you're going to install a walk-in shower, what you're going to have to do is do a hot mop on your ADU, and you will need to pass a hot mop inspection. What they do is they fill it up with water for about 3 days. Then you call the inspector, and the water has to remain there. If the water is not there, you didn't pass your inspection. and the hot mop cost is between $250 to $300. I'm going to upload the website. I'm going to upload the website with the contact information for a hot mop guy. He works in the Valley and in LA, so if you need a hot mop guy, give him a call. So remember, this ADU already passed the inspection, and since this is the wall that you're sharing with the house, this has to be Type X fireproof rated drywall, and the inspector will check, so make sure you use the correct drywall, or you tell your contractor to use fireproof rated drywall. They should already know this, but everybody makes mistakes. If you have a garage that you're turning into an ADU and you share a wall between the garage and the house, in addition to the fireproof rated drywall, you will need resilient channel. The resilient channel is installed after they installed the shear walls, and right on top of that they have to install the resilient channel. What the resilient channel does, it helps in reduce sound transmission. I saw some of the comments in my other video, and some people were saying that that's not what the resilient channel is for. They can argue with me, or they can argue with the manufacturer. So that's what it's for. You need it in order to pass your inspections. If you don't have it, you won't get the signature from the city inspector. These guys are pros. They already have the waterproof drywall here. They're going to use the green waterproof or mold proof drywall right over here, and they're also going to use it on the kitchen. And all this has to pass inspections. If you don't use this type of drywall, waterproof purple drywall, you won't pass the inspection. So remember, Type X on the wall that you share with the house, and mold proof waterproof drywall in the bathroom and the kitchen. For the interior walls, you need R15. You won't be able to pass the inspection if you don't have R15 on the walls and R30 on the ceiling. Also, check your plans. It might be different on different parts of the state. However, most of the time, according to Title 24, R15 for the walls, R30 for the ceiling. The red guard. The red guard is one of the things that you have to install. It's a waterproof barrier. It's really affordable. You can install it in about 20 minutes. It doesn't take long, and you need it in order to pass your rough inspections. Go to Home Depot, get a bucket, get a paint roller, and install it right after you finish the rough plumbing. A lot of contractors make this mistake. They do the framing and then they call the city inspector just to find out that the city inspector wants the red guard to be installed all over the place. Now at that point they might have to remove some of the lumber, the pressure treated wood, and roll in the red guard, and then install the pressure treated wood again. So the red guard is a big part of the overall project. I messed it up. I'm gonna let the professional do it. Listo. When it comes to covering up the garage door, you will need a lath inspection. So if you have a contractor who just wants to get the job done, covers up the garage door with concrete, and then they call the city inspector, that's not going to fly. I don't even want to imagine what the city inspector is going to tell the contractor. Most of the time they're going to say, take everything down and do it again so I can see the work in progress. So just remember, if you are going to cover up the garage door, you need a lath inspection. If you want to know what it takes to cover up the garage door, I made a whole video just about that topic. So if you're interested and want to know what it takes, click on the link below. I'll explain every single step of the way, and hopefully you'll learn just a little bit more about building your ADU. Make sure that your designer calls out the shear walls inside of the ADU. That way you don't have to take down all the stucco and then re-stucco it again, because that's going to be very expensive. You always want to save a little bit of money, and you can save money if you do it with a strategy in mind. Don't just go by what the contractor says. You can have your own point of view and save a little bit of money. And this is for the people who are working with a company and the company is telling them, you know what, this is what it is and there's no way around it. Well, guess what? There is a way around it. You can do things and it's going to pass the inspection because they're doing it here. I did it on my place and it's been working so far. I think I did have a good time filming this video, and I might do this as a recurring topic on my channel just because it gives a lot of people the opportunity to look at a project that's being built. Not just that, but all the work has already been verified by the city inspector, so you know if you copy whatever project I'm covering, you're gonna be okay. Also, on the very next video, I'm going to announce a new contractor. For those people who don't have time to split the project just like I did and want somebody to take care of the project from beginning all the way to the end, this new contractor is going to be able to help you out. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next one.